I know.
Right. Yeah, he set himself up for that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Straight politicking on all you mofos today. And I'm here with the mayor, Munchie B, and Spider Loke, the most easty. And welcome back.
I just heard of Eminem. Most easy in the mayor. Eminem.
Hey, you got one of them late night radio voices. You playing slow songs and shit when you did that.
Oh, just now?
Yeah, everything.
Kevin Slow Jammin' James.
I was probably trying to calm myself down from the conversation that we just finished having before we started this episode.
Wisely so.
Overstood.
But I want to correct a thing I said last week. I said the Dodgers and the Lakers haven't won a championship in the same year since 1988, and I couldn't believe none of y'all even corrected me. They both won in 2020.
That's COVID.
That was the COVID year, and some people don't respect those championships because it was the COVID year.
That's why you shouldn't be in disbelief that we didn't correct you.
Right. That bubble playoff thing was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Dodgers won that year, so they just got a second one. So they won in 2020, and they got the 2024 one, and then that was LeBron's first championship with the Lakers in 2020. Probably his last one because I don't think they're gonna squeeze one out.
So that's his only one with the Lakers.
Only one with the Lakers, his fourth title, because he's got two with Miami, one with the Cavs, and one with the Lakers.
Yeah, but LeBron is not totally invested into the Lakers championship ability.
Why not?
Because look how he bullied his spot for his son instead of somebody more qualified to help the Lakers get a championship.
That was selfish.
Oh yeah,
extremely.
That's a good point. You not thinking about a title if you want your son on the team, huh?
Just think how long we've been saying, hear LeBron say he would like to stick around long enough to be able to play with his son. That was a part of his bucket list, putting a cap on his legacy. He has been expressed his desire to see that regardless of his son's actual qualifications, and he pulled it off.
Well, we don't want to speak too early because he said he's not going to retire until the end of next season, and we don't know who the Lakers are going to acquire. And if they get the right pieces in place, hey, he might retire. Has anyone ever retired the year they won a title? That's a great question for somebody to get at me with. But
hey, why they just don't run what they call a play these days? Trade LeBron for a couple pieces, and then when he get over there, he retire.
His ego too big. The only way he would do that is to go back to like Cleveland to retire where he started, and it would be only a symbolic trade. It would not be him actually going to play.
Man,
but once you become a Laker and win a championship,
he owe that to the Lakers organization for putting his bum ass son on that bench.
On my mama, his son, as he's went down to the G League, he now ranks 333 out of 336 G League players.
He wasn't no good in college though.
He wasn't the best player on the USC Trojans, so USC don't send a lot of people to the NBA. They're not a basketball team.
Boogie Ellis going though.
Yeah.
He hard.
Do you guys remember the last great star that played in the NBA that went to USC? It's been some decades.
Demar Derozen.
Oh, he is a star. I forgot about Demar Derozen. But before him, it was Harold Miner.
Oh, wow.
They used to call him Baby Jordan. Remember Harold Miner?
Yeah, I remember that now.
Miami Heat.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Lakers don't really put out.
But it's funny you said what you just – I'm sorry. Let me cut you off.
I was just going to say the Trojans don't produce a lot of great NBA talent, but go ahead.
NFL, that's another thing.
Oh, yeah, the NFL's – I think they got more – look, USC got more NFL players than any other university. But what was you going to say?
I recall Demar Derozan's USC stint coming along with some nepotism because I believe Romeo, Master P, having DeMar DeRozan on his traveling team as a youngster, I think Master P was able to finesse Romeo on the USC team.
Oh, yeah.
Because they desire to have DeMar DeRozan.
But, they didn't even let Romeo play. I used to go to those games.
Really?
We used to be in the stands yelling to the coach, put Romeo in. Put Romeo in. They didn't never let him play.
That's crazy.
Maybe
that was cool for sales, though.
Yeah, if it was a minute left in the game, they'll throw him in there.
That reminds me of the Bronny situation.
I wouldn't even play, bro.
If you was only the 30 seconds of the game, you wouldn't even play.
What? What am I here for?
Nah, I would take an opportunity to play NCAA sports, even as a bench player. I know a dude that walked on to the USC Trojans football team, never played in a game, but enjoyed his whole experience there for the year. He put the uniform on. I used to see him on the sideline. He knew he was never going to play in the game.
Okay, that would
Rudy.
be different.
Yeah, Rudy.
That would be different for me though, because now you get to travel with the team and go to all these different states.
Well, walk-on players don't get to travel. That's only home games.
But the experience be different for a child from the ghetto who's just happy to be a part of something.
Exactly. You 18, 19 years old.
Well, you King James' son.
And you're in all the practices. You running the plays.
Like Bronny refused to even travel with the G League. That's how arrogant he was. Like, it's a different experience for him, bro. I think this is all about his daddy. I don't think he give a about being in the NBA.
Hey, well, since you said just 19-year-old kid happy to be a part of something, well, that's better than going in the gang, I guess. So join the basketball
Definitely.
team, even though you ain't gonna see no playing time.
Be a walk-on.
Because with the big picture, Munch, you got to think about the careers that can be in coaching, just being around your whole life. There's a lot of doors that can open just being a part of the whole thing.
Absolutely. You don't know what kind of opportunities.
Okay, like Skip Bayless, he only averaged like 2 points, and now he's
point made.
So
there it is.
now he into the sports analysis and all that little
There you
shit.
go. That's the point.
All right.
Even your boy, what's the black nigga name? He wasn't nobody according to the
Stephen A?
Yeah, he wasn't nobody on the court, but
I don't like to listen to him talk.
But he's successful
Nigga
in
yell
the
too
space.
much.
He's successful in the space though.
Yeah, because we I don't know how y'all feel, but I don't respect announcers in sports unless they got a little bit of experience in the game.
I tend to feel that way. I hate to see coaches with bellies hanging to their knees, forcing kids to do very strenuous physical activity too, like doing warm-ups. And I know the coach can't do 5 push-ups.
You talking about basketball or football or all sports?
All sports.
All sport.
Did you see that punt the other day? The dude was on the 1 yard line.
And it bounced to the 10?
It bounced all the way to almost the end zone.
He ran
and
it all the way?
No. They tackled him on the 15-yard line.
Oh, no.
But dude punted from the 1 yard line.
Well,
And the ball, he just got a good bounce, and it kept on bouncing towards the end zone.
I wonder if that triggered my algorithm to show me that one day Randall Cunningham.
That's the one I'm sorry. It's an old punt.
It's an old punt.
It was the
Oh,
Randall Cunningham punt.
That fucked me up. I couldn't believe. Yeah, he's
Randall
a quarterback.
Cunningham.
Yes.
A quarterback kicked that?
Yes.
In a real game?
In a real game.
So what made them what made them put him in as a punter?
I have no idea.
That's my answer.
Yeah, I had to rewatch it. I was like, "Is that Randall Cunningham?"
Yes.
Bro kicked that punt, and his leg went straight up like a split. Snapped that ball, and it rolled all the way to the end zone.
It bounced like on the 30, 40, and then rolled all the way to the end zone.
Well, y'all heard it here first. I endorse women be able to play the kicker position, whether it's a field goal kicker or a punter. You know they legs spread wide.
So what happens with a botched snap and everybody coming full speed off the edge?
She better get away
Man, she can't play.
All right.
or take it on the chin.
I wanted to ask y'all any new updates on Kendrick Lamar after you've probably listened to the songs more and been able to tap in with what he was saying. Any updates on it? Because I've been playing his album back to back to back, and every time I listen to it, I hear something new.
They giving Lefty Gunplay a hard time because they said that's not even the bridge he was on. He said funny, hilarious, something. He said it like twice over and over, then the song ended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think spooky, funny, hilarious, spooky.
And you know what's controversy with that? I had a guest on the Black Box recently. Shout out to Solo Bang. He about the 40s, the 50s or the 40s. He's neighborhood though, but he an artist who said he had experienced. He did a record, bro, and he has some lyrics that sound very familiar to that little cadence. He said whatever label that Gunplay is signed to, CRE, whatever, they were in their stories. They liked it at a certain point. And he said then once it came out, people started telling him like, hey, I think old boy stole your shit. So he said he got in Lefty Gunplay DM like, yo, bro, woo, woo, woo. And he blocked him.
Yeah, you talking about OTR?
OTR, yeah. And but when I played both content on the Black Box, and dude don't sound like he's just bringing it out his ass, bro.
I believe him.
Yeah.
Well, he might have a lawsuit.
Hey, I advised him of that.
Okay, going lawsuit brazy this year, huh?
Run it up, run it up.
I'm gonna get in on. I'm gonna sue me somebody. Shit, I want some money.
Hey, don't trip. I might got to play for you when it's to go off.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's going to the concert?
Which one? The
Kendrick.
one
Kendrick.
with him and SZA?
Yeah.
It's in Inglewood.
Actually, it is. I think it is going to be at the SoFi Stadium. I believe they got a date there.
If I find somebody cute enough that might want to go with me, I might slide backstage. I know Top sent me to see SZA in the Forum last year, so might double back.
I'm gonna look into it.
Top, get that ready. You know I'm gonna need that package, Top.
I'm gonna look into it. Try to slide.
Well, my mama.
I heard it on the radio earlier today.
And he's going to Toronto
2 dates.
for the biggest arena in Toronto.
The first one sold out, and now he picked up another date.
So this is like a real life, like
This is the hardest battle ever in hip hop history. I win the battle, and I'm coming to your town, and I'm selling out the arena.
He won the rap battle, and now he won in the mental battle too. He beating him up mentally. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for a dude that wear barrettes and fingernail polish and pastel colors, this has to be horrible to go through.
Barrett is crazy.
Horrible.
Now, here's one thing about his album that I don't think I've ever heard anyone speak on. He put people on various songs, right? Various collabs. He put this one Mexican woman on 4 songs.
What's her
What
name?
does she do? Sing, rap?
The mariachi.
Oh,
You remember there's some mariachi in Whacked Out Murals. It starts off with a mariachi intro. It's a woman named Deyra Barrera.
I believe K-Dot is so in tune to what the climate of the public is talking about locally. He kind of heard everybody's
Absolutely.
reaction to
Yeah.
what happened, and he's just being more inclusive here as a wise artist that's trying to encompass the whole environment.
And there was a great interview of Deyra Barrera, who's, I think she's 49 years old. And she said that being on Kendrick's album has changed her career like nothing has ever done before.
That's deep. I'll be 49 next month. And, you know, I used to work with K-Dot back before he was Kendrick, and I could imagine what it would do for my career at this age. K-Dot, what up, man?
Yeah, but don't you think that's huge that he didn't put Lefty
beautiful
on 4
thing.
songs. He didn't put who else was it? What's the dude's name from 40s?
Doty.
Doty's on 1 song.
Yep, he got a young nigga from Hoover on the same song with him.
But Deyra is on 4 different songs.
But you know, it's no telling what her actual business situation or her actual artistic contribution was that he appreciated more.
You see what a cosign could do? It's crazy.
Absolutely, especially for a woman her age that's been doing mariachi all her life.
That's deep. But
And now she's probably the most famous mariachi in the state.
But look, Kendrick put everybody to make everybody shut up that was talking crazy, and then he blew blew this on the Squad Blood video. Okay, then Whacked Out Murals spelled with the 2 C's instead of how it's supposed to be spelled. He spread like showing like, you know what I'm saying, now, and then you had the Hispanics that whacked out his mural, but he got Hispanic women on 4 songs.
he the new Pac.
They say, oh, everybody on stage with him, and now he ain't gonna help y'all. Then he put everybody on, shut up.
This is
You know
what Pac was trying to do and was supposed to do. Kendrick is more affiliated than Pac is, but he doesn't personally profess to choose one side or the other. He's inclusive of both sides, and he is the essence of the culture, bro. He's tapped into the heartbeat. This is what Tupac was trying to be, what he should have been.
I don't think Tupac had it like that to try to blend and bring what Thug Life over there, Death Row, and all, like he didn't.
No, I wasn't even thinking about Thug Life, and I said this is what Tupac was trying to do and should have done instead of so aggressively, overtly aligning himself with the gangbang element. I think this is what Kendrick was wise not to do. He allowed that affiliation to be brought toward him based on his natural thing, other than him rushing to try to prove I'm a part of this, I can do this. He tapped into his most artistic side.
I gotta give you a little pushback on that because Tupac was murdered at the age of 25, and Kendrick is doing all this damn near 40 years old.
And what I'm saying is,
So if Tupac didn't get murdered, we don't know what he would have did in these next 10 years after his life.
My point is, I believe Tupac would have had those 15 years that Kendrick has had over him had he not tried to align himself with the negativity.
But you don't think he could have transitioned if he didn't get killed? He would have definitely matured and evolved.
Hey, I'm not here to debate that. My point is the difference between Kendrick and Tupac is Kendrick made better decisions and choices.
Yeah, definitely.
But when people say aligned, he is kind of aligned with the shit that was going on because the New York dudes aligned themselves with them Compton Crips. That was with the dudes he was with. So it was all the same.
None of that mandates him
Nah,
to
Tupac jumped
run
in the
across
mix.
a hotel
Look,
lobby.
shit, he had kickback, yes, but I'm saying
That's my point.
these dudes out here is aligned with them dudes out there. He ain't messing with. He's very enraged.
But look at how close Kendrick is to so many dudes that ain't messing with these dudes. He's real tapped into some deep shit, and he hasn't allowed that to fuck up his politics as an artist. He doesn't get involved in that side.
As he shouldn't.
Yeah,
Them dudes got his back to the fullest.
As he shouldn't.
That's what Tupac should have done.
But Tupac was never really tied into one neighborhood, not even one city or one neighborhood. When he first came out here, he was running with the IVCs for a while.
He was around the 40s.
Then he's running with the 40s. If he would have had more stability, or if city wise or neighborhood wise, then there would have been more protection. But
I believe that Ice Cube, who has shown less stability or lack of compared to Kendrick, had he had the interest, could have pulled off this type of movement. But I don't think that's what he really was ever on. So I don't think the stability necessarily negated Tupac. Tupac had the potential to bring it together, but he chose to do the bullshit, bro.
well, that's what I mean by stability. The opposite of stability is the bullshit.
No, he could have moved around and affiliated with the 40s, the IVCs, the Ma Pirus, the Southsides, the East Coasts, the Inglewood families, being unstable without getting involved in the bullshit.
He was only alive 11 months after being home from jail. But he got to get himself right first, then move around.
And going across a motherfucking hotel lobby, the trip on Baby Line is not included in none of that.
All right, well,
Bad.
It's going to be $1,000 to go see Kendrick Lamar at most of these concerts after these tickets are sold.
Ching, 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 ching.
And the nosebleed seats, which are sold out, originally went for $337, but those are going to cost you about $700-800 to $1,000.
Who was the first artist contemporary that made the $1,000 tickets be something? First time you heard of that in the recent years.
A rap artist?
Yes.
The first rap artist to sell $1,000 tickets.
Recently, in
Snoop?
recent years.
Was it
Drake.
Okay.
It was a tour Drake did a few years ago, and it was the big headline was he's charging $1,000 a seat, bro. Kendrick is trolling, bro.
No, but I don't think it's the artist. It's the people that buy up the tickets in bulk and resell them. You know what I mean? Like that, the $300 tickets, the nosebleeds are $300.
Oh, you talking about like the scalpers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The nosebleed tickets that are $300 are probably going to go for about $1,000. The floor seats, which are $1,000, are going to go for who knows what, 15 to 25.
Man, I seen Munchie homies on camera at the forum, some old SoFi. We don't pay for nothing. Y'all in the hood. They. I was frosty. We got it like that. I'm with them. I'm with the mayor, bro. I'm with the mayor.
All right. I wanted to move on to the little bit briefly about the copyright strike situation that you were involved in on YouTube, because I thought it was fascinating that
Voluntarily involved in.
Yeah, that Snoopy BadAzz, you read the whole email that Snoopy BadAzz made a copyright strike against one of your videos because you used a DJ Quick song.
I eventually read the whole email. Initially, I just scanned over it, saw Snoopy BadAzz made a claim, DJ Quick, we found in your favor, your video is restored. When I clicked on the link, the video was gone. So I just assumed, like, damn, this bitch ass tried to strike my channel because I used some DJ Quick music. Whenever I went through my channel at one point or another, I must have saw I had a copyright strike, DJ Quick name. I know at that point, I'm just going to delete that content. So it was no longer available. So I didn't pay it no more attention. Then I saw him on the live, and he was talking about his channel got terminated because he did something to shoot himself in the foot. Didn't nobody else do nothing. It was his fault, da-da-da-da-da. I don't know what caused me to review the email again, and I realized YouTube reached out to me to let me know Snoopy BadAzz's channel was terminated because he did a fraudulent copyright strike against my channel that they found on their own investigation was fraudulent, and they didn't like that, and they zapped his channel because he tried to speak up on behalf of DJ Quick against my channel, bro. And I thought that was extremely hilarious. I wish I had that button to push right now with a crowd around.
How you say delusions of grandeur?
Delusions of grandeur.
So delusions of grandeur. This man think he's really a Paul to the point Spider can't post no DJ Quick shit on Paul Road, and I'm out to flag you.
Yes, and you're not even. I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, that's what I went through, bro. And I don't even be thinking about this dude to think that he went that far out his way to try to cause my channel some type of damage, and it backfired against him. It remind me when the cartoons, when they be chasing the Roadrunner and shit, and they come up and they bomb blow up in their own face.
Right.
Well, I think that he got his channel terminated because he had been doing this for a while. I don't think you can get your channel terminated for just one false copyright strike.
I don't
But
mind.
yours is probably the final one that took it to that level.
That may be the case. However, YouTube seemed to be very specific as what caused them to come to this conclusion, and it seemed like a one and done situation. But you might be correct.
You have that in your phone, right?
Most definitely do.
Yeah, let's hear.
Forward it to you?
Yeah,
Or
no, just read it. Just
Okay.
read it, because I think it's very important, because we want other YouTubers to understand the seriousness of copyright violations. You just can't take other people's content. But secondly, you can't make false reports, false claims.
And I
against
want to
people.
clarify, iterate that I had nothing to do with any of these, the process of this being litigated. This is YouTube responding to Snoopy BadAzz. I had played no part in this about him telling on me to YouTube. He told on me about something I had going on with DJ Quick. And this is what YouTube told Snoopy BadAzz. And YouTube sent me a copy of their communication as a courtesy. So this is what Snoopy BadAzz told YouTube. It says, I need to resubmit. That means he has submitted it prior to this.
Delusions of grandeur.
Grandeur. I need to resubmit this claim because I'm filling out this form as a third party for DJ Quick. And he put DJ Quick's name in quotation marks.
David Blake.
No, he just put DJ Quick. He said, because it is his music in the video that is unauthorized. He has no idea how far I go back with Quick, whether it's unauthorized or not. He said, I need to resubmit this form. This is the second time trying to tell on me. I have permission from the owner to do so. So YouTube responded to him, hi, Snoopy BadAzz. We're concerned. We're concerned that some info within this legal request may be fraudulent. Please understand that YouTube receives a large number of fraudulent copyright takedown requests, and we take abuse of our copyright takedown process very seriously. As a result, your account has been terminated.
What's the date on that email?
This email arrived in my DM. I'm looking at a screenshot of it, so I may have to go actually to my email. Let me see. I'll tell you in just a moment.
Because I received a similar email, and I want to read that momentarily.
But like you said, it says the abuse of the system, so it may have been an accumulation.
So they probably they basically you wasting our time. We got to go through a lot of people ish, and here you come talking about you trying to snitch on somebody else's behalf.
Exactly.
And you know, when Snoopy BadAzz first hit the internet 5-6 years ago, his reputation developed quick, notorious for reporting. He used to be like the report your channel bandit. That was him. But okay, let me see. I'm here. Where was it?
And reporting probably unjustly.
Yes, just crying, going on internet, being disrespectful, belligerent to a lot of other people, and then go and complain about anybody discussing you. That is crazy.
Now, while you look for that date, Snoopy has claimed on many rants that I defame his character on this podcast or on this channel, and I have sent him messages saying, if there's any specific video where you feel I defamed you, I will be glad to delete it or edit it. Please send me the link. And he has yet to send me a link of any actual defamation that exists on Street TV, but he keeps making the claim that we're defaming him on Street TV. And, I don't mind editing something that is defamatory. Maybe I made a mistake and something's incorrect. I will fix it. I will edit it out. But he has yet to send anything.
Okay. It says this was on December 5th.
Okay, December 5th.
Yeah.
Okay, let me read you something that I got from YouTube on December 1st. And like you said, Spider, they send everybody the emails. You know, they put everything on there. So Snoopy BadAzz sent this to YouTube, and YouTube sent it to me. It says, I am constantly being harassed by the owner of this platform, Street TV. They keep making videos with my content and pictures, and even now they're writing to YouTube and continuing to harass me and use the YouTube platform to harm my name and reputation. In the YouTube community guidelines, it says that safety of our creators, viewers, and partners are our highest priority. And I don't feel safe in the community. The lies and false narratives that this user, Street TV, is putting out to the public while using my company name, Snoopy BadAzz, my image and content. The user of this channel constantly cyberbullying me on the internet, and now they're trying to manipulate the YouTube system. I don't even know what that means.
Neither does he.
Can YouTube please Disable their channel for my safety and the safety of the community. Thank you, Melvin Banks.
You know he didn't write that, right? You know who wrote that, right?
Probably,
Angel.
I'm gonna say
Angelus.
probably Angel.
Angel, yeah, that's her name.
You know what? I think Angel would have did better. I think that's him.
No, she wrote that shit.
Wow.
She wrote that.
No, I got a cease and desist from him that was the most poorly worded cease and desist, and
Worse than that?
worse than that. So I think Angel has a level of literacy that would produce a better writing than some of the stuff that we're getting. No, he's doing this because it'll say sent from my iPhone. It says that sent from my iPhone on this email, so that means he did this on his phone.
I want to say that's what I didn't read that part of the YouTube shit. It said sent from my iPhone.
Yeah, so he's doing this himself from his iPhone at
Yeah.
3 a.m. after he smoked 17 blunts.
No. Oh, never mind. I ain't gonna say that. It was after he did something else, whatever.
But
Yeah, it was something other than he went up.
So, he got his channel terminated, even though he's thinking it's suspended. If you click on any link, you know how sometimes we send links to each other?
Mm-hmm.
We have the link saved in our text messages.
Mm-hmm.
We click on those links. What does it say? Let me see if I have one here.
Video is no longer available because this page been terminated.
Yep.
Exactly.
Not suspended.
Let me see. I want to read one verbatim because we want to be as accurate as possible on Street TV because we do not defame. Go ahead, Munch.
He said he gonna have his page back in 29 days.
I don't think that's gonna happen because the way that YouTube worded it, I don't think 29 days.
Hey, this dude, hey, look, YouTube. He said he's scared of his safety. This what he
Shit, nigga gonna get himself killed with me, nigga. Run up on me when you see me. I'm on some gangster shit. Fuck this rap shit, nigga. I'm only a rapper in the studio. When I step out, my nigga, you better stay the fuck. I don't see that nigga got a problem with me, nigga. Ever since I got into it with Spider, nigga.
That's the funniest part.
All the other shit is hater shit after that. Damn, you threatening bro. Talking about you smoke both of them.
And now he telling YouTube he's scared. And this is how he's been caught on talking about me. He's going to smoke me and my homie. He's crying to YouTube. He's scared for his safety. Man, this nigga's a clown, bro. And anybody that feel comfortable creating content with him or allowing them on his platform or vouching for his character, I do not understand these type of dudes if they're from anywhere around we from, bro. I lose understanding, bro. I don't get it.
Hey, the funniest part of that, even though he threatened death twice, but the funniest part is ever since I got into it with Spider. Yeah, the way he said Spider.
You know he was talking about Crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now he's saying he think Crash just maybe sleep on the Alexes and the Crashes of the world. You don't know Crash is my homie.
So look, I just clicked on a video that I had here that was in a text message, and it says, this video is no longer available because the YouTube account associated with this video has been terminated.
Terminate on site.
I don't think you get your video back in 30 days when it's worded like that. So
Why that new 200 looks so much like the 400?
yeah,
It's bipolar, bro. It's New Angelo Mafia. It's Killer Inc. It's Angel Lane Brigade.
Paris Neighborhood,
now it's
Hollywood.
200. No, I'm talking about his record labels he make every
okay.
month.
actually, I have a whole timeline of them. For the documentary I'm working on. He has another one called Cherry
Chucks.
something like that. Cherry Chucks for a minute. The Angelo
We should
Mafia.
call it,
Hey.
Go ahead.
I ain't got nothing good to say. Go ahead.
No, I me either.
Yeah, nothing positive.
The dude has had like 6 or 7 labels in 6 or 7 years.
Wow, and he was signed to a major like Death Row.
Baby, that's bipolar, bro.
And then actually he merged Killer Inc. and Death Row at one point. Did you ever pick up on that?
No.
KIDR?
No, I don't pay that much attention. I don't really pay attention to my name come up.
Yeah.
Or don't. You see, YouTube had to bring his name up to me for me to even think about him recently.
Yeah, so since your email was dated a couple of days after my email was dated.
We're getting tired of him.
So, yeah. And
Shout out to Tania, though. Shout out to his baby mama, man. She gave one of the bombest interviews I've seen a female give on No Jumper ever, bro.
yeah, her videos go up.
I didn't watch. I watched like 10 minutes of it. I gotta check it out.
The first one or the second one? I'm talking about the one with just her and Adam.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they did. They had a great dialogue.
And I got to say that a lot of the stuff Tania has said on these interviews, she has told me them months and months and months ago. It's not like she decided, ooh, I'm going to make up a lie and tell this whole story. This is these stories she's done told at least me and others over a year ago.
Especially that one about he liking the little way she looked like she was running from him with the
What the who?
Remember she said he took the Kunani on the first she knot,
yeah.
and he told her like the reason why he wanted it because when he was tripping on her, she ran away with the panties on and turned him on. Yeah.
And she actually does have photos at the mansion. She showed those photos.
And shout out to her and Jaguar Wright on the vindication they received on speaking on She Knit, looking stupid like Noah. Nobody had ever seen no rain, and just standing down. Later on, you get some, some vindication. So
She had asked me why did I say that, but what I said when she came out talking about the thing with the Diddy party, I said she told me 30% of that story, and she probably didn't finish because she felt I wasn't gonna believe her, which I wouldn't have.
Yeah, she done shared this story with you like months and months ago.
Yeah, but she didn't go all the way. She told me like maybe 40%, and then just.
you cannot be the type of woman she introduced herself to the world as on soft white underbelly and be out here telling secrets, bro. She don't do that, bro. That's not what she do. That's one thing you see from her whole campaign. That she's true to the game to that point. She not out here just trying to put niggas on blast. You see how popular her baby daddy tried to make her sound. We don't know nothing about nothing she went through with none of these niggas except what he say.
Hey, she's the better artist too.
Definitely.
Yeah, she got a good voice.
And she really from these LA streets.
Yeah.
Got a cool voice.
All right. I wanted to talk about this new civil lawsuit that was just filed that includes Jay-Z and Diddy together with a 13-year-old girl in 2000 after a music awards show.
MTV.
Well, it was MTV on one, but then when I read another article, it said VMA. So
Okay, I apologize, MTV.
yeah. Well, I don't know which one is the right one, but this article right here says MTV. I'm going to read a little bit. Jay-Z, the star rapper and entrepreneur whose real name is Sean Carter, was accused in a lawsuit Sunday of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000, allegedly, along with Sean Diddy Combs. The anonymous accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, said the assault happened after she was driven to a MTV Video Music Awards after party. The federal lawsuit was actually filed in October in the Southern District of New York, listing Combs as a defendant. It was refiled on Sunday to include Jay-Z. So that's kind of, I don't know if that's standard, if that's unusual, but she filed this lawsuit a couple months ago and then decided to add Jay-Z to it just a couple days ago.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because at 13, if you were you with an older crowd and they didn't know you was that age, because if you 13 and you on your way to whatever awards show with a gang of adults, you know what I mean? I doubt they just went and picked up a 13-year-old like, hey, come off the playground, hey, come here.
I don't care how much makeup and what you got on. Last time you seen a 13-year-old body that you can imagine, which we don't imagine, but if you do it for the sake of the conversation.
No, you could mistake a 13 for an 18-year-old.
You can, bro.
Yeah.
You can, bro. My daughter was in junior high with this girl that got the same exact name as my daughter. And I'm like, that's stressful for a parent for her body to look like
Right.
that.
It all depends on the size of the physique, though.
But yeah, okay, cool, y'all. Y'all 100% right. I can relate. But how long can a 13-year-old talk to you before you realize she's not 18, bro?
But what I used to do, I look in their mouth. They teeth be still in it. They be kind of big like a bunny. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can't tell, bro.
No, I'm talking about, but without being able to see, just being able to hold a certain level of conversation.
No, you're right. But I think as you get older, you're more keen on it. We had some people pull up here at Street TV. Well, we won't name who the guest was, but after the show was over, I said, I think one of them girls looked really, really young.
Yes, and I hit you back.
And he hit me back, and he confirmed that I was.
I remember. I know the situation.
So, but she looked like she looked really young, but she looked like she could have been 18.
But within the term of those general relationships, we know that exists.
But I'm saying that as a 50-year-old man.
But
if I was 30, I might not have been as perceptive.
Well, but that's also the extreme of someone who has been used to the climate and most, almost like Tinia's daughter, how we see her carry herself at that young age. That's because she's very used to the environment. You see how she handles herself in the interview. She seems to, but you see the body structure.
She's very petite.
Come on, bro. Come on.
She's too petite to say 18.
There's a fetish market for people. Just think, even with the Pinot market, under almost barely legal is a term that they love to tease. almost underage, barely legal. That's a term.
That is crazy though.
Yeah.
That they be pushing that.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
bro. It's crazy, bro.
Okay, I want to read some of the actual. I got some of the actual. I was going to say indictment. Let me correct myself. This is not a criminal case. It is a civil case, so it's not an indictment, but it looks like an indictment when you read when you look at
I
it.
heard it looks like a federal
It
indictment.
does.
Really,
I mean, it looks like a typical
I
indictment.
recently heard the term civil indictment.
Well,
it reads like a federal the way they put it together.
yeah, but it's just a civil complaint. It says defendant Sean Combs, along with longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 VMA Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after party, but did nothing to stop the assault. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he's above the law. He is not. And remember, this is the words of the attorney for the girl.
Busby.
Yes. His close friend Sean Carter has been with Combs during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. Let's see. We're going to go into the actual act here. Combs' business enterprise is central to the pervasive acts of sexual assault, abuse committed by him during the last decades. Combs operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and L.A. under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let's see. Now they go into the assault. For years, okay, they're just going in on Diddy. They're going in on Diddy. And, I didn't know this. In 1996, Combs was found guilty of criminal mischief for threatening a photographer from New York with a gun.
I never heard of that. What is that?
Criminal mischief. It sounds minor.
Yeah, that's some New York shit.
But it's, for threatening a photographer with a gun, that's major. So
Yes.
But
it's because of his status he was able to plead down.
Yeah.
He did some bullshit and was able to plead down.
And then they threw in here in 1999 he was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. We all know he was found not guilty of that.
They don't mention about when he ran into the label and assaulted, I think it was it Andre Harrell or Steve Stout? I don't want to put that on anybody's name, but one of these execs, he has a case he caught for going in there and getting rough with one of them too, and he took a deal.
He like going hard on people that ain't like that.
Yeah, like the football coaches at UCLA, Drake.
All right.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, they go through all the lawsuits that were filed, all the arrests, and then they do talk about the incident where the girl was outside of the party trying to get in, and somebody brought her in, and then Diddy or Jay-Z or both of them saw the girl and said, "Oh, come hang out with us." So somebody else kind of smuggled her in, even though she was underage.
I'm glad they said that. So now they met her inside. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't here, we assuming everybody in here is of age.
That's a good point, but I don't know how they do. They don't check IDs at VMA parties, do they? After parties, I should say.
Man, I have 3 daughters. I think it's very difficult to pass a 13-year-old off as an 18-year-old. And I have 2 daughters that are one 21, one's 24, and one just happens to be 13. I love all 3 of you angels. I have a granddaughter who's also 4 years old. Bro, for grown men out here having it their way with grown women every day, 13-year-olds stick out like a sore thumb. I don't care how sexy, how mature they try to be.
I partially agree, but I've seen some 13, 14, 15-year-old girls that are 5'8", 5'9", 160 pounds with booty and titties, and you would think, okay, you could be 18, 19 years
I hate
old.
to say that I am a father of one, as respectfully as I can. And I don't care. And sometimes she's an actress. And sometimes because of the way she takes a lot of photos and her natural beauty, and she's professional, her and her mother send me pictures that make me extremely fiery upset.
Yeah.
But the moment I get around her, the goofiest, giggly.
You dad.
No, but this is a reality that is impossible for her to hide.
But you don't think she knows how to turn that on and turn that off?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. But for not to convince somebody she's older than 13.
But she don't show you her mature side. She gets back into I'm the daughter side.
Right.
No,
when
bro.
she's around you.
It can't-
Trust me.
For an adult, no, bro. For a grown
I
man,
bet she's got a mature representation that you don't get to see on a regular basis.
bro, you're missing the point. The point is there's a level of understanding and experience.
As far as Spider go.
No, that grown-ups have experience that she has no idea of. That if you try to have an adult conversation with her, anyone, you can lose her so quick. So quick.
I just think that some girls are really good at playing the innocent role around
It don't
us
matter
as
how
parents?
bad a 13-year-old does not how to play
You don't
grown.
think she dumbs herself down in front of you? I'm just,
Bro,
You can sit there and not talk
look,
much
I'm
and
trying to
get worried about
tell you
that.
about. I'm trying to give you my
Your personal experience. That's why I said spider.
No, I use that to let you know I am currently personally aware of that age demographic. And none of you can name a 13-year-old that you can tell me can convince me or trick me, no matter how grown they attempt to behave, that they're over 18.
that would be a great social experiment for somebody to show a bunch of girls that are different ages between the ages of 13 and 19, and for us or the viewer to pick which ones are underage, which ones are above age.
Like a Jubilee.
And I bet you we will like a Jubilee, and I bet you we will lose some of those.
And I'm talking about keep them convinced for longer than a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it's like the one they did. Which one's the gang member? Which one's
Yeah,
not the gang
Milk
member?
was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which girl here is under 18?
Guess who watches Jubilee? And I didn't realize they had different levels of Jubilee.
Yeah.
My young daughter. They have Jubilee that is so innocent that you never know that they also do the grown shit.
And perhaps what I'm saying has already been done. I don't know if there's even a video on this.
But I guarantee you, and I want this to go on record if we ever pursue this, I don't think there's a 13-year-old that can convince any adult male for longer than 3 minutes.
I don't want you to try it.
Even if we had a divider, you can't see who you're talking to. You're having a conversation. You cannot trick an adult male who really wants to know if you're grown, a 13-year-old for longer than 3 minutes that she's a baby.
All right, how about this one? Let's say you got 10 girls with a barrier. You can't see them and there's a barrier.
Right.
You get to ask all 10 girls questions and see what their maturity level is
Yes.
and their answers. Do you think you'll be able to pick out the ones that are under 18?
Easy.
And the ones that are over 18?
Easy, simple questions.
Yeah, simple. Yeah.
Simple. What's your credit score?
What's your credit score? That's a good one.
It's going to, all kind of shit going to unravel with simple shit like that.
I know a young lady.
How many credit cards do you have?
Bro, what year did this happen?
I know a young lady out the city. She graduated high school at 16. So imagine her maturity, bro. Even when she was 13, 14.
Her maturity ain't got nothing to do with her understanding and knowledge of history.
But I do.
Ask her about Troop, the R&B group.
Yeah, I remember. I don't think Munchie knows that group.
Man, I'm
But
an
that's
R&B
easy.
thug. Man,
But
look.
that's easy to find out
What
people's
y'all-
age,
what
bro.
y'all saying is, you bro, look. What y'all saying is not what happened in real life when you meet somebody at a party.
Because niggas don't be giving a
I'm not gonna be in a party. What's your favorite song?
You, Munchie. I'm not gonna even go about who.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you different though, Munchie. You was a
I
active
think
nigga out here.
we judge a woman's age by her body. If it looks well developed, we probably say, okay, she's over 18.
Yep. Now you get her over here, and now you sit her right here next to you and start asking her about her favorite TV shows. You're gonna know exactly how old she is.
But I think 13 is really extreme. But
Thank you.
I would say 15. Definitely, there's a lot of 15-year-olds that they can trick you into thinking they're 18. Maybe not a 13-year-old.
If you're not really trying to see how old she is, like I'm telling you, I'm giving you all the markers of the type of conversation you strike up to figure out how somebody old
But
is.
to be particular, you saying we in a funny and this girl then got brought up in this environment. Ain't nobody asking them type of questions
If they don't wanna know.
it up because we're not trying to marry her. We having fun tonight,
I don't even want to hump nobody
right?
that I believe is in that age range that we don't agree. It's too much pool nanny out here available.
Okay, no, not to hold it up too long. Okay, but this what pimps will do if they trying to make sure they not pimping on a minor. They be like, "Where's your ABT card? Where's your?"
Thank you.
Because
That's another one you
you know what I'm
got.
saying, you can say, "Oh, I ain't got no ID," but if you can't be under this age and get no county benefits, so where's that EBT card?
But see,
And we can
look,
keep going.
but that's a deep thing you just said because you're describing our experience in our small, specific demographic where EBT is so normal. If you ain't got an EBT, you ain't old enough. But some people never even consider having an EBT ever in their life.
Yeah, I wish I had an EBT card.
They come in so handy.
All right, let me read some of the factual allegations. On September 7th, 2000, plaintiff, then 13, had a friend drive and drop her off near the Radio City Music Hall in NYC so she can enter the VMA after party. Attending the VMAs was on the plaintiff's bucket list, and she believed she could gain entry. Plaintiff arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. Plaintiff was very excited. As the event began, much of the crowd moved inside, but plaintiff, without a ticket, remained outside with others and watched the VMAs on a jumbotron. Determined to get into the VMAs after party, she approached several limousine drivers parked nearby and attempted to talk her way into either. One of the limousine drivers said she spoke to claimed to work for the defendant Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to the after party.
Grown women just walk a certain way. Go ahead.
The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after party first, but instructed plaintiff to return to his location after the event and that he pick her up and take her to the after party. Later that evening, plaintiff excitingly returned to the same location and waited for what seemed a long time. The driver eventually returned and drove her what he described as the after party. After approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at what she believed to be the large white residence with the gated U-shaped driveway. And that's on page 14 of this complaint. I don't want to get into the specific details that they're alleging, but eventually a sexual act occurred with the two rappers.
Are you aware there's a public response?
There is a public response from Jay-Z, but what do you think about this, the way that this is playing out according to Jane Doe?
I ain't buying it. Younger?
The limousine driver saying, oh, Diddy likes him young like you.
Younger.
What do you mean?
Not like I'm young, younger.
Oh, yeah.
Like younger women.
Well, my perspective off top is
I'm not buying it.
people who are typically fabricating stories and trying to get one over, they go with a more believable story than 13. So to go for such a low age makes me just be extremely careful about shitting on this lady's story off top.
This young lady has been to places and finessed her way in before. Who gets to get dropped off in hopes of getting in somewhere? Like so this was she do.
At
you know
13,
what I mean?
you're not legally able to consent.
Consent to what?
For anything that you're saying she finessed her way into that might be considered adult activity, 13-year-olds cannot consent to any of that activity. So if you engage with a 13-year-old,
I don't think they knew she was 13.
based upon,
Well, the limousine driver said, go ahead.
have you ever seen
like
her,
younger
spoken
ladies.
to her? What do you know about her other than she said
All we could go is off of what he's reading.
So how would you come to the conclusion that they would have no idea then?
No. That's what I
I get it, but I'm
concluded.
saying, what do you utilize to come to that conclusion?
Because she got dropped off by a friend at an event. She wasn't even sure she could get in, but she felt she could. But you know what I mean? So that showed me she's done this before and finessed her way in. And then she's going to limo driver. This is what she does.
But when you say that, that's like saying, oh, she's 13. She humping on this 32-year-old nigga. He ain't the first one. This is what she does. She humped on a 34-year-old 6 months ago.
No. I'm saying that to say, I don't believe they knew that she was as young as she was.
But you thought that they assumed for whatever reason she was over 18. And I'm just trying to figure out what she could have possibly have done to trick grown-ups to think that she's 18 when she can't handle a conversation.
What are you even doing out here? What are you even doing?
Usually a
Because
13-year-old don't even know how to be
my
sexy,
daughter wouldn't
bro.
even be outside at that time of night where after party is even taking place. So, like when people in certain environments, you probably assume they that age or whatever.
But that's just like, once again, not bringing her up to disrespect or be down on the baby. But just like Tania's daughter, I've seen the interviews. Everybody's seen it. I don't really care.
I'm talking in general. I
am as well, but I'm using a reference because we all can reference a 13-year-old who has been exposed to the world as being on this level. I don't give a fuck how seasoned she sound. You can still see she's a baby.
All right.
That ain't even got nothing to do with that.
In
It has
paragraph
everything to do with it.
paragraph 49, the complaint says that she accepted a drink from the waitress, and the drink was a certain color mixture. And then after the drink, she began to feel woozy and lightheaded, and they needed to lay her down and relax in a room. And that's where they're saying the sexual act happens after she has the drink.
A lot of drinks are different colors. They are, especially when they mix. I drank a drink with smoke coming out of it.
All right, this is the let me just read this part. This is the craziest part. I'll just read a couple more paragraphs. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff walked down to what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms. She entered what appeared to be an empty room. so she could lie down. She did not lock the door. The room contained a bed with no furniture. Soon after, Combs entered the room along with the defendant Carter and a female celebrity, and they're calling the female celebrity Celebrity B. That means they know who this person is. They just don't want to put the name in the complaint just yet. Plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eyes, grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party?" Combs threw the plaintiff towards the wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up. Hey, it sounds like something that's happened to Cassie.
Munchie.
And began to remove the clothes.
Remember the last time we slid through the streets together, Munchie?
How we will slid through the streets?
Yeah, the very last time. Just think about it in relation to this. Don't say nothing. Just think about what I'm hearing tomorrow.
Right.
And listen to all the shit he reading right now.
But you know what? I'm gonna put this whole document into this description below because I'm not gonna sit here and read it. But it's about 21 pages long. I'm only on page 16, and I skipped a whole bunch of pages. But you're getting a sense of the picture, right?
Yes,
Did I read enough to give you a little sense of what she's alleging?
Yes, and I had actually made myself familiar with that situation before I arrived here, so I'm glad you brought it up. So I'm definitely not finna make sure. I want to make it clear. I'm not saying Jay-Z did anything, but I'm not just finna say that female is lying. I don't know enough of either of them to make a judgment, but I think it's a very interesting situation. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I want to see how it's going to play out.
Okay. Jay-Z responded and said that these allegations are absolutely ridiculous. And these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, he says, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such crimes against a minor should be locked away, according to Jay-Z. This is him. This are his words. And he also said this is a shameless publicity stunt designed to extract payments from celebrities who fear having lies spread about them, just as lies have been spread about Mr. Combs. That comes from an attorney for Sean Combs.
You finally see what somebody God is. Because when they was getting on Jay-Z head about working with the feds, Des Perez, he ain't say nothing.
All right, you got to let the people know about who Des Perez is.
Des Perez, a high up in the Rockefeller, Rock Nation organization appointed by Jay-Z, is a female. She's an executive, a co-worker, a peer of his who has been notoriously known for wearing a wire on behalf of the federal government to take down members of a notorious cartel, the same type of dudes that Jay-Z claimed to have been to come up from as a D-boy. One of his executives, hierarchies in his organization, was a known informant, worldwide, and worked for the feds in that capacity.
And then hires Des Perez after all of this happens.
After all this, Jay-Z made Des Perez an executive in his ranks.
So that's a lot of people might be scratching their head. Why would you hire a known informant for the DEA to be running Rock Nation?
And this cry has come out from our community for years, and Jay-Z has not responded to it one time.
Now, why did you bring that up in relation to this situation?
They hit dogs holler. When Jaguar Wright went on Pierce Morgan,
hit dogs holler.
Yeah.
So basically, he's putting out this lengthy statement for many situations in the past. He said nothing about it.
Yes.
No, he calling her bluff though.
But this is something you can't ignore.
You can call
He calling her bluff. He said file a criminal.
Jay-Z style, but the way Jay-Z usually calls bluffs is by not acknowledging it.
But it's almost impossible not to acknowledge this.
Almost.
Now
we're seeing. That's what I'm saying. We're seeing his God. We finally seeing Hove. It's not Hove.
But
You're human too.
But he had to respond because remember the rumors have been, we've been hearing them for the last couple of months since Diddy was arrested, and then they finally hit. How do you ignore that?
Yeah, because this is the first time he actually been targeted on something.
Same way he's ignored. That's why I brought up Des Perez. The same way he's ignored that so long.
He wasn't under fire though, bro.
Yeah, the Des Perez thing will have us scratching our head for sure. But this is serious.
But you guys are not relating the correlation to who Jay-Z is allegedly, how he built up his. Shout out to D Haven, who Jay-Z is supposed to be, bro.
What they got to do with this though?
Because I'm trying to tell you, people has been getting on his head about it, and he does not respond. He don't care what nobody says. I fuck with the feds. So what?
Sometimes it's a time to respond.
And I'm
You can't ignore everything as much as you try to. It's a time and response sometimes.
this does him no good to make that statement he just made about this situation.
I love it. He said,
What can you do to help him? So you loving it really does not benefit him.
I love it.
Yeah, that's you as an individual. That does not benefit him.
He got the funds to do wherever he fight this. He said, let's go criminal then.
No, but when you have the funds to fight, you don't have to say nothing. You let your funds fight.
Bro, that's how you would go about it.
No, hit dogs holler, bro. Hit dogs holler. That's been before me and you was born.
Listen.
Hit dogs been hollering before we was born, bro.
Listen, they bark all night. Hey, listen. He called her bluff and said, let's go.
How did he call her bluff?
You want me to read it again?
No, because the lawsuit is already in motion, bro. That didn't call her no bluff. He gonna see her in court regardless, whether he said nothing or anything.
That showed me he not scared of it.
You. Only you.
Well, we'll let the viewers and
it's not about the
people in
viewers.
comments. I mean, we here for the viewers.
No,
That's
no.
why these cameras right here.
I mean, I know, but Jay-Z has nothing to do with the viewers. With their opinion don't affect his situation.
Shit, ours don't either, but we talking about it.
My point is we're talking about what his ramifications are, and the viewers' input has no say-so on how Jay-Z's situation gonna turn out.
No, I said I felt that he's calling her bluff with that. You disagree? I said we'll let the viewers in.
No, I didn't disagree with you. I said, what good does that do him to call her bluff?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it.
He gonna see her. He gonna have to go to court.
I like it.
There is a part in that complaint where the 13-year-old girl, after she's allegedly raped, she leaves and her dad picks her up. She calls her dad. So it's going to be interesting after these people are actually identified, who she is, who the dad is, who the celebrity is, to see if they can corroborate this story.
When you say this, I keep thinking I'm discussing this with fathers that have 13-year-old daughters or have had 13-year-old daughters at some point. So I don't understand why way I'm seeing it.
No, I'm not tripping on the way you're seeing it.
I'm not tripping on you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the cohesiveness of the room. Apparently, is not on the same page.
But imagine the father in the next week or month corroborates the whole story of his daughter. I picked my daughter up from this after party location.
I've already imagined it.
You know,
as a father, and you're not a street dude, you should have went to the police.
Yeah, that never happened. That's a great point too.
Come on, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something. If you get to a situation where your daughter comes and tell you something, and perhaps I'm just saying hypothetically, what if you tell your daughter, oh, what happened? And you take her, you go get a rape kit, and the rape kit comes back negative. Why would you go to the police at that point?
I can't answer that.
So you can't just say what this man should have did as
She said they had evasive sex. They took turns with her.
Irregardless, you cannot go back all these times and say what this father should have done. He could be a stumped down criminal gangster that could have had to avoid the police at all costs back then.
Yeah,
he could have been on the run.
Hey, as time progresses, either her story is going to sound stronger and stronger,
I agree, or
as Munchie's saying, it's going to get weaker and weaker.
Yeah,
but I think it's just too early to say. It's not improbable. It's not improbable that this could happen.
It's not like these are new type of accusations.
We went through the Jeffrey Epstein's. I mean, the whole look. If we were on day one of the Jeffrey Epstein allegations about stuff that happened on islands and celebrities, we'd probably been like, man, is this true? Is this crazy? Man, bro was convicted and he committed suicide in a jail cell.
People think relatively his wife is young as far as when they began dating.
Giselle.
No, Jigga.
Oh, you talking about? Oh yeah, definitely. Beyonce was what, 18, 19?
The whole accusations of Aaliyah, Foxy Brown. It's not like this is a new thing. It's not new.
This girl was hanging outside of a award show. She didn't come with them or nothing. She went limousine to limousine. They didn't go looking for her.
That's like
you're talking about three people that's in the music industry. They're in the same rooms and they do the same thing. So he did that deliberately with them women. I'm talking about in this particular case, and that's all I'm talking about.
Yeah. What about this particular case?
I'm just talking about this particular case. I know the Foxy thing, you're wrong. Ain't no like that one I got. I would never be on a song with Spider Loke's daughter, and she's singing like that, and I'm an adult. That's wild.
What about your daughter?
Or my daughter.
Or Alex's daughter.
I said it because I can't do a song like that with my daughter.
I said, or Alex's daughter.
His daughter adult.
Yeah, she's 20.
She graduated college, bro.
Yeah.
No. Look, man.
So what? Anybody daughter? Shit. So go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
But they didn't go looking for this young lady, bro.
But that doesn't negate the case.
Yeah, that's like
going
on Fig. That's like you saying, man, I put up on Fig. She was out there. So what? How old she was?
I think if you're reading this, how she got in that party is irrelevant.
Yeah,
it's what happened in the party and whether you believe it.
Because 13-year-olds cannot even legally consent to engage in any adult activity. So no matter how far they go out their way,
All I'm saying, I feel they knew she was younger, but not underage.
All right.
I keep it factual.
Jay-Z also said, my only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence.
Yeah.
Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable.
He threw a shot at Spider.
I bet Pierce Morgan is regretting taking down Jag interview.
Hey, look, and then
What was the shot at me? What shot? What shot? Point it out. What was the shot? I missed it.
Your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics. I don't know what that means. Fake physics?
But you know what is crazy that I said is I can't call it one way or the other.
That's what he said. He threw a shot, bro.
Will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me. I don't know what fake physics means.
But I never claimed to believe anything. Let me make that clear for the record. I just said I don't know what the.
convinced.
Thank you. No, I said I'm not convinced that he's innocent, and I'm not convinced it's true. I'm not convinced either way.
I think it's too early to say.
That's all I said.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he spoke out because he got a wife. Like, hold on, ninja, you better.
But that goes closer to Hit Dogs Holler, because if you are Jay-Z and in the privacy of your home, Miss Lemonade is irritated enough to where you feel like you got to speak out, that means she might believe it might be true, bro.
Man, I believe if it was Alex, Steph would be breathing on his neck like she want to squabble, and he'd say something. He'd speak up.
I'd be able to control my household. So
I didn't want to say that, but I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that.
Man,
I don't
bro,
think there's
some of
no
these
way.
wives-
Shout out to Sis, Steph.
Happy wife, happy life. If it's effed up in the house and she's tripping,
Alex is not that guy.
that will force a person to speak out like, bro,
Alex
my
is
wife
not that
tripping. I
guy,
gotta say
Munchie.
something.
Alex is not that guy, Munchie.
I don't think Beyonce could tell Jay-Z what to do.
Alex is not that guy, Munchie.
Man, I think he value Beyonce more than she value him.
I'm gonna do what my attorney tells me to do, and I'm gonna make sure I have good attorney. And also, there's some complaint. There's some sleazy allegations on this attorney Busby. So I want to throw that out there. That go research this attorney and see what his track record is.
Who was Busby, the attorney for the young lady,
Yes.
or for Jay-Z?
No, the one for the 13-year-old
But
girl.
the Breakfast Club did it for
I'm glad
on
you
our
put it out there.
behalf.
Oh, they already looked into him?
You know that new chick they got, that real legal beagle?
No.
Well, yeah, they got a broad, just hilarious, but they got another broad who is what Justin Harris is on maternity leave, was filling in. But they chose to keep her on deck because she's real sharp. She's not a comedian.
Ryan Crosser.
Yeah, she has a very, she's similar to you with her background in legal field. I think she took some classes. But she did some research, and that dude Busby is no joke. You just know how Jay-Z just tried to make him sound in that statement like he's an accident chaser. Far from it.
Okay, so they pretty much looked into his record and
Extremely
said
successful.
he's a real deal attorney.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. I wanted to talk about the two last defendants on the YSL case, which was DeMonte Kendrick, Yak Gotti, and Shannon Stillwell. They got not guilty verdicts. In fact, Yak Gotti got not guilty on all charges, including murder.
But he was snitching in the beginning.
And okay, hold that thought. And Shannon Stillwell was found guilty of only one count, which was a firearm, felon in possession of a firearm. I think it was count like 60 something. I don't know how many total counts did these guys face. Like,
It was a lot.
yeah. So he was found guilty of one count, and that's it. And man, the second guy, Stillwell, gave his attorney such an emotional hug after that verdict. You could almost feel like the level of
Appreciation,
Yeah.
satisfaction. Like it's an emotional roller coaster when you're on trial.
That lets you know how precious freedom is, y'all. Even when the concept of slavery and everything we heard about, that just, I don't know a date of excitement, elation like parole date. As an adult male, I can't think about a day in life where your body and your whole energy gets so excited and happy in comparison to parole. And Munchie, can you relate?
No, yeah, man.
Freedom is very precious.
All right, I have a clip of the actual verdicts being read in court by the judge, Judge Paige Whitaker. Let's play that clip.
All right, good morning, everybody. We have a verdict. We have two verdicts. And I do not want there to be any kind of disruption or disturbance in court, regardless of what this verdict is. So, can we get the jury out, please? All right, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Mr. Foreperson, is that correct? All right, and was it unanimous? Yes. All right, and this verdict has been filled in and signed and dated by you, correct? Oh, for each defendant? Yes. All right, and I noticed that Mr. Kendrick's verdict form is dated December 2nd. Is that because that's when you all reached the verdict with regard to him? Okay, and then Mr. Stillwell's is dated today? Correct. Okay. All right, Mr. Kendrick. You have been found not guilty on all charges. Mr. Stillwell, can you please stand?
Well, that felt good.
You have been found guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and not guilty on every other charge.
The hugs and embracement is incredible.
Look at it. The energy in that room.
So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are officially released from further service, and I cannot express the degree of thanks that Fulton County owes you for your service. Given the length of this trial, you have paid close attention this entire time, and I appreciate your devotion, as I'm sure do the parties in this case. You are welcome to stay for the sentencing, or you can return to the jury room. I would like to speak with you in just a moment in the jury room. If you all do want to stay, you're welcome to stay. Is there any objection to the form or the legality of this verdict? No further. Any from the defense? All right. All right. Is there any reason that we can't go ahead and sentence? Are we going to go ahead with sentencing? Is the state, I know the state had filed a recidivist notice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do y'all intend to stand on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the recidivist is A and C recidivist. That means that I have no discretion but to sentence to the maximum on that count. And the sentence possibility is 5 to 10. I must sentence to 10 years. However, I can probate any part of that sentence at my discretion. And so the court sentence on count 64 for Mr. Stillwell is going to be 10 years to serve 2, with credit for time served, the balance served on probation.
Going home.
All right, I am going to recess.
They out of there.
That's the end of that clip. So,
Fannie Willis, her whole legacy just got shot through the water.
hey, the first thing I want to say is I think Young Thug moved a little too fast, but, you know, we can never, since they got to do the time, they got to make the decisions, but Young Thug would have got the same verdict.
No.
Because he was further away from the murders.
Why you pampering a nigga that used to wear a dress, bro? He moved too fast.
Forget about what
he moved too fast. You
nah,
right.
The
You're
lawyer,
right.
the lawyer gave him a deal that was too good to turn down.
No, it was
I
not.
think we all would have took the same deal if we can go home.
It was not.
If we can go home, we all would have took the
It was
same
not
deal.
too good to go.
I believe I would have did the same thing Thug did.
I think we all would have, but in hindsight, we're Monday morning quarterbacking.
That's what we're doing. So whether
But I'm saying Thug would have got the same verdict.
Yeah, and I agree to the point where whether you, me, or Munchie would have did what Thug did, it still was the wrong decision, and his lawyer cried throughout the whole time and was basically begging him not to do it and said to us, I don't want him to do this, but I can't stop him. He said it the whole time.
It was a good deal. You get to go home right now. They've been locked up for 2 years.
So if you're doing the mathematics,
Yeah.
and of course freedom, like I just said, is so valuable, and that's what he sold out for if we want to consider it selling out.
No, not selling out.
Okay, bad word, but you get my point. He went for the freedom.
Yeah.
But do the mathematics of the time he spent, the time since this moment, the time he took that deal, and how much time did he actually save himself? And now he's a convicted felon versus a person that could have beat it. So how much time incarcerated did he save himself throughout the whole process?
Like this month?
Thank you.
Whatever
That's my
it's
point.
been.
Out of how many years? So mathematically, from hindsight looking in, it doesn't seem like it was the best decision.
I'm sure.
How many people you know that got sent up the river that was innocent though, and he didn't want to gamble, and especially if you're looking at the rest of your life.
He
in
said
jail,
we're money.
When the door cracked, you gonna run up out of there.
He already said we're Monday morning quarterbacking
For sure.
So we know all that already.
Yeah.
And we're looking at what would have been the best idea.
In hindsight.
Thank you.
I'm sure Thug is in his house, in his mansion, punching the air right now.
That's my
No, he
point.
ain't.
Yeah, he is.
I don't think he doubt it. I mean, I don't think he regret it. Just my
His
my
lawyer,
personal-
you know how close they are.
Yeah, I mean,
He's telling him, "I told you."
it would be great to hear him in an interview being 100% real, because you know what he's going to say is, no, I'm glad I took that deal. You know, I needed to get home to my family.
The emotional roller coaster we saw his lawyer go through. Imagine their private conversations right now.
I don't trust the judicial system, especially when the consequence and the
That's not the point.
punishment is up there. So if the door cracked, break up out of there.
You're missing the point. The point is he's saying.
I'm saying in hindsight, that's what he's saying. But I don't agree with y'all. But I'm just saying.
Are you disagreeing with the fact that he's saying that Young Thug would have to?
There was less
beat it
evidence
too?
against Thug for the murders.
I'm saying I'm not mad at him for what he did,
We're not mad. Nobody's mad.
and I don't think he will regret what he did.
No, he may not regret it, but I'm truly, fully aware right now he's more convinced he would have beat it than he was when he took the deal.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
Yeah. Now, what were you saying about Yak Gotti?
I might be off. All them dudes' names be sounding kind of same.
All right,
same,
well,
but
That's the name. That's the name because your boy was all heavy with the exposing part of it. Yeah.
Who it was?
Oh no.
Okay, well he told, like he told early on too, so I don't care about him coming on.
Well, he was found not guilty on all charges. So now, what do we say about all the people that did tell, including YSL Woody? It basically turned out that everybody I don't know if there was other defendants that were found guilty, but for the main defendants, all were found not guilty. It was a big waste of taxpayer money for the state of Georgia. It was a huge, colossal failure for Fannie Willis's prosecution office.
Horrible for her.
And all the people that you got to tell, all the people that you got to inform, all the people who snitched on this case, it didn't quite work out in the prosecution's favor.
And this one thing to pick the bad apple at the bunch and turn the community against them.
Yeah.
You try to take a community and turn the whole community against all of their kids. You try to get all their kids. This everybody's cousin, brother, homie, sister, nephew, grandson. You try to turn in the whole everybody's children. You got so many people. I don't think that was ever going to be effective.
It's a huge embarrassment for that prosecution office.
And I'm glad she had to suffer it based on how bold she was, how aggressive she was with just trying to take down the whole culture. Like she had it all wrapped up in a bag. And to see her fall on her face in this effort, I applaud it. I'm glad.
She's going after Trump, too. There's a Georgia case, election fraud case from the last election that they're supposed to go after him, and she's the lead prosecutor on that.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Nah, well, he's the president now, so it's a wrap.
Yeah, he's her boss now. When she started this off, he was subservient in general, but now that he's the boss.
He's the boss of all of these states. So, hey, I got one more clip of Shannon Stillwell's attorney. That's the guy that got guilty of count 64 of possession of a firearm. Isn't it crazy? The 10-year sentence, she brought it down to 2 and gave him time served.
And she was sounding apologetic. Just reading the fact that usually you should have to. But anyway, guess what I can do?
Judge Paige Whitaker.
That's the same one that told Young Thug you can go home?
Yeah.
That's the final.
Yeah.
Bro, she's with it.
Imagine if we had the original brother on this case.
No, that's
at
what
this
happened.
point, he would have gave him the 10 years.
I'm telling you, I think old girl's in the BBC.
Who?
The judge.
All right, let's play the second and final clip of Shannon Stillwell's attorney talking to the media.
30-year-old about turning his life around and having a second chance at life and making it mean something and being there for one's children and for one's family. So I'm just so happy, excited for Shannon. I'm happy and excited for his grandmother, who I was able to hug, and I'm happy for his kids, and I'm just very hopeful that this is a turning point and there's great things coming in the future.
Max, is this a fair and just verdict, do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The jurors, we asked so much of the jurors, and they really scrutinized the evidence, and they demanded real evidence, and it wasn't there. And so we are thankful for the jurors, and it's just a great day.
Did you have a chance to talk to the jurors?
I did, and I'm not going to comment on the discussions with the jurors, but I will just say I think the fact that they deliberated for 4 days, and also that just the amount of time that they put in, they certainly scrutinized everything, and they did their jobs as jurors, and we are appreciative of that and so thankful.
Can you reiterate again what he was only found guilty on one charge and what that means for the future, him getting released, all that stuff?
So he was found guilty of possession of a firearm on March 17th, not the day of any of any other crimes. It was the day that he was arrested. And there was a gun that was registered to his girlfriend that was found near the scene of where he was arrested. And that's what he was convicted of. Judge Whitaker, we are so thankful to her for having an open mind. A lot of times when you take a case to trial, you just get the maximum sentence for daring to take on the state. Judge Whitaker did not see it that way. She gave Mr. Stillwell a time-served sentence for the time that he is served, followed by probation. Mr. Stillwell has a couple, or I think one other criminal matter that needs to be resolved. I am hopeful and optimistic. It's nothing like this case. It's a case that was picked up while incarcerated. And we're hopeful that there will be a quick resolution of that case, and Mr. Stillwell will be able to get back to his life and his children and his family.
All right, that's the end of that clip. Hey, what really stood out, he was found guilty of a crime that wasn't even part of the original indictment. When the day he got arrested, he had a gun on him, so they added that charge to the pre-existing indictment, the pre-existing RICO indictment. So isn't that ironic? The only charge they found Mr. Stillwell guilty on was a charge that they added on after he was arrested.
That's the nigga that posted that told.
I don't know.
No.
Still with the second one. No, yeah.
Yak Gotti is Diamante
Yeah,
Kendrick.
I think the prosecution come out looking like the Three Stooges in this one.
No, that's cool though. I'm glad they didn't prevail like they was trying to.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think that would have set precedent for a lot of other people that know each other, that may go through things that the law could try to tie together to make it seem like something. I think this effort set a precedent for the next people that try.
I think the majority black jury didn't like the idea of using social media, hip hop lyrics, music, and all these other things. The attorney said it there, real evidence. He said there wasn't real evidence. And maybe that black jury saw that, hey, we don't feel good about this type of evidence. I
want to realize and recognize that you're making the point I made when you say the black jury. They wanted those people to turn in their kids. That's their community. You want us to throw all our kids away, and you're not even giving. These are our kids. These are our babies.
No, but black people will find black people guilty.
Black people find a black person guilty. What I'm trying to tell you is this was a large indictment with a large group of people in a small area. They don't realize this is us. The jury and the people on trial were all the same people, I believe.
And the evidence wasn't even that strong.
That's what I'm saying. You want to throw our babies away, a lot of them.
For some rap lyrics.
That's why we all rock to these songs. We all ate off the bills that was paid off of these. Yeah, come on, think about the whole.
The social media posts holding guns.
And I got a post just like that, but I'm on the jury, but I deleted mine.
Yeah, I don't recommend those type of social media posts. Not because we don't have a right to express ourselves any way we want. It's just that the police are looking, and they can stretch this out and use it against you in the future if they ever arrest you for something.
And you are
something completely irrelevant to the photo itself.
You're a Google % right, so, but in perspective, I look at our culture that used to write on the walls all these years. And it's still to these days. Writing on the walls is similar to posting on social media. It's just a new version.
There you go. All right, YSL case is finally over. The brothers was found not guilty. It was definitely a win for young Slime Life across the board. Even going back to Thug and Gunna, it was a win. It was young Slime Life won a Georgia RICO indictment. So we're going to wrap it up right there. Another episode of Straight Politicking. We're on all social media platforms, Spotify, iHeart, and Apple. And thanks for tapping in. We out.